fantasy started 2 years ago? 3 years ago? When?
2 years ago. It's always the same. Starts the same way.
How? Tell me.
I prepare for the noble war. I'm calm. I know the secret. I know what's coming, and I know no one can stop me, including myself.
Do you target people who have been mean to you or unkind?
I kill people I like. I don't feel sad. I don't feel anything. It's a filthy world we live in. I'm helping to take them somewhere clean and kind.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is day 29 of our 31 days of Halloween. We only have 2 days left. I am so excited. I basically just did a look recreating the Tate Langdon scene from American Horror Story season 1. Also, side note, the beginning of this video I start in a different location because it was like a really good setup, but of course, you know, I don't discover it until now. And I was home alone, so it was kind of like the perfect place because like when my parents are here I can't just like go downstairs and be like, you know, I'm gonna film a video in the kitchen, stop watching TV. I was in the kitchen because I was home by myself and I wanted to be with my dog, so I'm sitting at my kitchen table in the beginning of this video, and then they come home, so I have to come back up here. Anyway, if you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. I'm just going to start off by outlining. So I'm just going to dip into my black paint in my Mayron palette, and I'm going to start off with his eyes. I'm going to scoot this a little bit closer. You guys should still be able to see. Okay, so basically I'm just following my picture here and trying to create a skull shape, or an eye socket shape rather. Go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other eye. I'm going to try and get him as symmetrical as I can. So now I'm going to create just kind of like a little line coming out from this. And then I'm going to do the nose, just kind of making 2 triangles on the sides of my nose. Just gonna go ahead and do the teeth first, just drawing lines all the way across my face here. Okay. And then from the second tooth in, I'm going to carve out where my jawline would be, so I'm just creating kind of an arch here. And then bringing it back to a point. And then I'm gonna go ahead and draw the spider web on my ears if I can. Really, it's not like the biggest deal if you don't do this. Just gonna go in and add some details now in the face. I'm gonna create like the tendons of the muscles for the teeth so I can get an idea of how I'm gonna shade those in. I'm just gonna lightly go in and start to carve out the teeth, just creating like crescent shapes, not crescent shapes, but like pointed arcs, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go in and start the details on my neck, and then I can go in and start to color all that in later. So I'm just going through and creating the little vertebrae kind of creating, I don't really know how to describe it, but like almost like a bat wing shape, but not like pointed. And then just bringing it down into a little rectangle. And then we've got some like tendons being wrapped around here. So there's one up here, and from it kind of stems another one. And then we got a big muscle kind of right around here. It's bigger as it gets closer to the neck. I'm hoping I'm doing a halfway decent job of explaining this. There's one that's going to come up on the collarbone here, and that's just like a, I guess another tendon or nerve or something. And then I've just got like some tiny ones
where nothing ever happens.
Another one kind of split right here on the shoulder. And honestly, that's probably all the detail I'm going to put in to this. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing on the other side.
Making no sense. A peaceful town where nothing ever happens.
I saw those bodies. Whoever mutilated them has a very special problem.
A peaceful town where nothing.
Okay, so now that I've got kind of all that sketched in, I'm going to go in and fill all these areas in using the bigger brush. Go in and add all of this shading. So this is really just gonna help like tie this whole thing in together. Like right now, it looks dope. I'm just gonna take my xxxxx Morphe palette here, and using that black shade, we're just gonna create some details. So I'm just gonna take a small like lip brush here, and we're gonna go in. So there's like a little shadow, side of the nose. And then there's kind of like an arched one underneath of this. And then what I'm going to take is just a clean brush here, and I'm just going to drag this kind of up and throughout the eyes, just kind of adding some shadows and textures to these lines just to make them look a little bit less just like thrown on the face here. So I'm just going to go through and get the outline of them, this black shadow. And then I'm gonna fill in kind of these sides here. And then I'm just gonna go through and dirty up these teeth a bit. I'm really just going in and going around all the lines to make them look more like a shadow. Fill everything else in. Again, leave a tooth hanging out there. So that's it for the face. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm actually gonna add some length to some of these lines. Now it's time to add in kind of the shading on the tendons, and this is kind of more of a like brown and black mix shading. So just on these, like this muscle right here, I'm literally just feathering in random brown strokes. And just do like similar shading over here. And then this upper little piece of vertebrae, just adding in some crosshatch lines on the top. Gonna add in a nice little like curved shadow down the center of it. And now I'm really gonna go in and sculpt all this out. So this, you want to create two V's, bringing these bones back into the center. And then you want to create two little round notches on each side. And then just doing some light shading on the sides of all that. And then in the center of some of these is a black faded circle. Now I'm going to go in on the sides of these tendons and just create some lines and then some very small black lines to give it some definition. And then shadow in the tendon going across this muscle. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in and powder over everything to kind of make it look more like a tattoo almost, and grease back my hair, and that will be the completed look, and I'll be right back. All right, and this is the completed look. I really like how this one turned out. It's like totally badass, totally just like, it's so cool. And especially with like the slicked back hair, it looks sick. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to get notifications for those last two videos as soon as they go live, make sure you hit that bell button right next to the subscribe button while you're at it. For today's question, what was your favorite season of American Horror Story? Mine was, I really liked 1 and I really liked 3. But I also really liked Apocalypse. I don't know, I have a lot of favorites, but I definitely would say like my top 2 are 1 and 3. So go ahead and answer that question down in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.